Hello everyone and welcome to Roeya Talks. Today we have Professor Dr. Yeong Yeh, Professor of Medicine and Consultant of Gastroenterology, Hepatology and Internal Medicine of Université Science Malaysia. Hello doctor.
Hello, hi.
Hello, Lee. So, really welcome to Cairo. So, this is a new concept that we are creating here on the Roeya platform, Roeya Talks. So, the idea is very simple. So, really successful people like you, we would love to hear from them really how they have reached this success. So, starting from, I know you are from now more than 20 years, being friends for more than 20 years. So, let us know first of all, your story. So how this story started, being from the start, from the very young child dreaming to be a doctor till the very big professor now.
Yeah, Mustafa, I mean, this is a fantastic initiative. I really like this concept because we need to tell our young people on how the life career is, which is very tough.
Yes.
I mean, all of us have gone through this. Now, how it all started, I would say that it all started from my childhood. I have a difficult childhood, obviously. We were from a low to middle income family, and my father actually not a doctor, and my mother is a housewife. I have two other siblings, two brothers, and they also ended up being doctors, but not gastroenterology. One is a radiologist, and the other is a nuclear medicine physician. I would say that
Sorry, I will stop you for 1 second here, but this is a great start. So a very normal small family in Malaysia, a mother, housewife, medium standard, let's say economical family, and then generating 3 doctors. This is a very big thing as a start.
yeah, I would say so, probably because my two other brothers were following my example. I'm not sure.
That makes you a good example.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm the eldest in the family.
Oh, okay.
So probably they should be looking up to me. And I also think that in my genes, because my grandfather used to be a Chinese physician, so they migrated to Malaysia as the first generation, and we are considered a fourth generation. And obviously, we have to work very hard in that society. We have to work extremely hard at school. And I must say that I did excel in schools, got good grades, and made it to one of the top university in the country. So I don't think that is probably the most boring part of my story, but I would say that when leading up to the training on what to do next, because after medical school wasn't difficult. What difficult is what do you want to choose to go?
Because medical school, you just follow every day. So you go to first year, second year, third year. But after you finish with all the options in the world, so this is the difficult option, yeah.
Exactly. So the surgeon wants you to do surgery. The physician wants you to do medicine. So you are being pulled from all sides. So what to choose was the most difficult. But I follow my passion. I wanted to do medicine, so I did medical training. And again, that wasn't difficult because you just had to go through general medicine training. What difficult then, what to do next? Because you have nephrology, you have cardiology, you have gastroenterology. There's so many to choose. But I ended up doing gastroenterology, partly because I have a very good lecturer who is very motivating. He very encouraging. He is Dr. Mahendra Raj.
Yes.
He is definitely a person that I look up to. So I hope to emulate him and be a good gastroenterologist like himself. So, and subsequently, I went through the gastroenterology training, where I have the privilege to go to different places, including Brussels with yourself.
Yes.
I was also at Glasgow. I was doing my PhD with Professor Ken McCall.
Oh.
So I was working there for a few years. And subsequently, I also did a postdoctoral fellowship in the United States at Georgia with Professor Satish Rao.
But I have also a question here. So culturally from Malaysia, for example, I give you an Egypt. In Egyptians, when we have an opportunity, I'm a special, I return back after Brussels, but again, most of Egyptians, they will, if they have the opportunity to travel to the States or to the UK or to France or whatsoever, they stay there, they never come back. The Malaysian culture that you always go back, or it's only your story? Because after all of the positions and all the opportunities you just said, you can stay in the US forever, for example. Why you return back to your country?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question. In fact, I was also thinking the same. Why did not I stay back? Of course, I could have stayed back. They did offer me, but I was thinking to myself, I wanted to serve my country.
Oh, yes.
And also my family, you know, they are all there,
Yeah.
being the elders, and even my wife, also the elders in the family. So we have families that we need to take care of. So we decided to go back.
What would be your advice for young people in this part when they have this difficult choice between staying there? For example, I give you an example for here, my co-host and my fellow. She's pushing me every day that she would like to travel to the US, and I'm trying to really to catch her and keep her, because she's one of our brilliant fellows that we have. So what will be your advice to young people when they see this big dream, I will travel, I will live in the States, I will not go back? What's your advice here? Because this is something really very important for young people.
Yes, I do think so. Now, I would say that always people may think that the UK have more opportunities or the United States have more opportunities. People dream of going there. But actually, there are more opportunities in your own country, more than you can imagine. So when I first go back, for example, like myself, when I first go back to Malaysia, I was also thinking that I made a wrong decision because the resources were not there. I have to build my own unit from the scratch. But by doing that, actually, it gives you more the success that you are able to build your own unit, to build your own team, and to do what you want. I think that is even more important and better. Because imagine, when you are in the UK, you have to follow what they want to do, and
Yes.
you have no choice.
You are just a small gear in a very big machine.
Exactly.
In your country, you are creating your own
Exactly.
your own ecosystem, your own legacy. Yes.
Exactly. Your own team, your own environment, your own people. You can do what you want, which is sometimes not possible when you are in the UK or in the US. Of course, the journey was not easy. Sure. I spent like 10 years of my life just to build up the unit that I wanted. But from there, I can see, I've produced a lot of good research. I can do or even have the kind of procedures or techniques that I wanted to do. Initially, there were resistance from the institution because when you work with an institution, they have to think a lot of different specialty.
Yes.
They don't know how much of money they want to give to orthopedic, to medicine, to surgery. So we have to always constantly fight with them.
This is our daily life. Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
So, what do you think are the future innovations in the field from your perspective? And
also coming from a country that now leads the innovation, so one of the most important countries worldwide now in terms of AI and technology. So because maybe here in the Middle East we are a little bit, you are even faster than us in all of this innovation. How do you see really the innovation in the next 5 years in our field?
Yeah, gastroenterology is definitely one of the more faster growing field in medicine. And I'm very proud to be in gastroenterology. We are doing not just, of course we have all this endoscopy, advanced endoscopy, but we also have conditions like colorectal cancer that is on the rise, and people need to engage with us because we are dealing with some of the most common diseases and public health issues.
100%.
In fact, when you have this common condition, that lies the opportunity. And also lies the opportunity to innovate. Because at the end of the day, as a doctor, as a gastroenterologist, we want to detect the disease earlier using the most advanced or the technology out there. And we also want to use technology to solve the treatment and management issues.
But are you afraid from AI coming to our field very fast?
In fact, I don't think AI is a threat. I feel we should work with AI. I have tried, when the ChatGPT moment came just 3 years ago, I was thinking that, wow, this technology is going to be useful. I never thought that they're going to be a threat. I'm just thinking, how can I use ChatGPT in my practice? How can I make ChatGPT to be useful for my patients?
Yes.
But I never single moment thought that it can be a threat.
When I do training, I'll give you a very funny story. When I do training for any country, I always say when I give training about AI and GI, I always take the example of Google Maps. So for example, now we are all using Google Maps every day. My grandfather were using the old maps where he just had paper and he was afraid at that time. But for us, we are using Google Maps in our favor. So the same, I think we should use AI in our favor, and this is how the evolution should come.
And with it, not against it.
Okay, so our last question and the most important one. Being here in Egypt now for the last 2 days and for the next 2 days, we would love you to give from all your really long success story, few advices to our young Egyptian doctors and fellows. Because the difficult question, what they should do in their life, how they should, this is the question that everyone is asking. What the advice from someone like you, a very successful, a very hard life, till great success. Give us some advices to our young fellows.
Yeah, this is in fact a very important point here. I do have a research fellow working with me now. His name is Mina, and he's from Egypt.
Yes, I know.
I'm very proud of having him. Now, I think young people like Mina from Egypt, they have a lot of energy. They are vibrant. They want to work. They work hard. They want to achieve a certain outcome in their career. So he actually wrote to me, and for me, I wanted to accept him because I wanted him to be as successful as me, or even better than me, and do the same and bring it back to Egypt so that he can do the same and bring up more young people and be like us. So that is what I wanted to do. If every one of us think the same way, then this will be a better world.
Again, thank you very much. Really, thank you for having the time to us today, and really congratulations for a very successful life.
Thank you.
And a lot to come, inshallah. Thank you very much.